Hi, I'm Mark. This is my 2022 review for Sagittarius Sun sign and Sagittarius rising. We start the year with your ruler, Jupiter, being active and moving into a new sign and moving into a new house. Now, he's moving into Pisces, which he's a co-ruler of, and also he will be in your fourth house. Now, the fourth house is a focus on you as a person, your security, what you want. So you need to think about what it is you really want. And it's a time to spend with family as well. Concentrate on family and the home, because the home could be a place that you make changes, or it could be that you change your home, move to a bigger home or a better home. Could be that you make some improvements or some alterations to the home you've got to make it a better place to be. But definitely the focus will be on security, and it will also be on long-term planning as well. And Jupiter expands everything it touches, so every area of the fourth house will expand. So your plans can be big. You can think big and you can plan big, because Jupiter will bring you the opportunities to grow and expand in that area. On the 14th of January, Mercury goes retrograde for the first time of the year, and this will affect you because it's in your third house. So just be careful about communications, make sure you read things. It's not a brilliant time to sign documents either. But on the 18th, there's good news, because Uranus, who's been retrograde for some months, stations direct. This means he'll be slowly moving forward, and by the time Mercury's direct, he'll be well out of the shadow period and on his way, and this will bring an urgency to things. Uranus is in your sixth house, so there'll be a lot of changes coming along now. This is like an awakening, slow awakening. You'll realise and make discoveries about things that you really will need to change. Now, in the sixth house, it's all about your routines and your work, so there'll be changes in that area. And later on, when Uranus makes a conjunction, we'll tell you more about the type of changes that will be coming along. On the 19th of January, the moon's nodes change sign and house. They have been in Sagittarius, your sign, and Gemini, but now they're moving into Taurus and Scorpio. Now, North Node in Taurus is your sixth house, and this will be an area of tremendous growth, as will the 12th house of Scorpio, where the South Node in. This is the unconscious area. So these will be the areas receiving a lot of attention and a lot of growth this year. On the 4th of February, all the planets are moving direct. This is a good time to go full steam ahead, because you will not be impeded by any retrograde motions. So it's time to achieve. Then on the 1st of March, we have a triple conjunction. Now this involves Pluto, Mars and Venus. So there's a lot of intensity with this triple conjunction. And this happens in your second house. So there'll be a tremendous emphasis on your values, on your possessions, and also on your finances. This could be a time when you become very ambitious about earning money, and you put extra effort, extra energy into doing this. Now, the Pluto Mars aspect brings a lot of ambition, ruthless ambition, and this is in Capricorn, the sign of ambition. So there's a lot here to propel you forward. And then you've got the passion coming with Venus and Pluto. It's a very intense, passionate time. And it could be that you're putting your effort into the second house, or it could be that you want to divert some energy into your love life. But either way, that intense desire and passion will be there. Now, Venus and Mars is a very creative energy, and it can be, if it's put to good use. This energy is very powerful. You need to be very careful how you handle it. It can be used for great good, or it could equally wreak havoc. On the 5th of April, you may find there's a blockage, a brick wall that you come up against, and it's not the right time to try and break it down or push through it. It's time to just step back and look at things, take stock. This is because Mars conjunct Saturn. It's in your third house. Saturn in the third house is very limiting, so you might find that you're not able to work as well as you would normally. The Mars energy will be thwarted, so it's a good time to just set back for 3 or 4 days until the aspect passes and then push forward again. On the 12th of April we have the biggest astrological event of the year. This is the coming together of Jupiter and Neptune. This is in Pisces. They both co-rule Pisces, so this is a big boost for imagination, for creativity. Last time this happened was in 1856, so this doesn't happen very often. And when it did happen in 1856, Sigmund Freud was born, and he developed a whole new experience with psychoanalysis and really changed how we look at psychology. So again, there could be different kinds of shifts with this aspect. And also there'll be a collective change of heart about things, and we'll be able to heal ourselves with the upsurge of spiritual energy, and this will help heal the past and the pandemic and to get over the loss that we've suffered because of this. Now, the other encouraging thing with this aspect is if you work in a creative industry or you are an artist, you'll get a real double boost of creative energy. This will help you to make some fantastic changes in the way you work, and also there'll be cultural changes in the arts that will bring us new things, new exciting things. For you, this is all happening in your 4th house. We did speak a little bit about this with Jupiter moving into the 4th house. And this will be a time when you can really look within. Neptune will allow you to transcend boundaries, and you can look within to find out what it is you really want. Whatever stage of life you're at, you can just imagine what the future's about. Because the 4th house is about long-term planning, and you can use your imagination to plan ahead for what you want in the future. This is also very good for spending time with family and to get involved with the family and maybe get them involved in some new and creative ideas. And then it's also about changing the home in some way to make it perhaps a more spiritual place to be, or just a calmer place to be. And this is also a very good time for looking at into spiritual matters and looking at perhaps meditating or doing some other form of spiritual pursuit. With the conjunction happening at 23 degrees, we're bringing together the 2 and the 3. This is knowledge with creativity and diplomacy. And then the 2 together add up to 5. 5 is about change. It's about bringing variety into our lives. So it's good time to do all this. Now, Venus makes an aspect of both these 2 at the end of April, and Venus will bring her visualization to the imagination of Neptune and bring a kind of deepening of spiritual love. And you can really feel this within relationships at this time. And then Venus with Jupiter means your finances could really take a boost, and it'll also be good for anything that involves relationships. You'll be able to relate well to people, and you'll be able to converse well with people. On the 29th, Jupiter makes a positive aspect to Pluto in your 2nd house. So Jupiter expands everything it touches. So this could be an expansion now of your earning capacity. This could be an expansion that brings you more money in. And this aspect will give you faith. It'll give you faith to follow your ideas and dreams that have come about with the conjunction with Neptune. But it also may bring power. If it does, you need to use this power wisely and maybe share it so that you're not taking it all for yourself. On the 30th of April we have our first eclipse of the year. This is a partial solar eclipse in Taurus, and this is your 6th house. So the focus will be on your work and routines. Now, with this series of eclipses, it's the 6th Saros North. It's renowned for highlighting relationships with authority figures. So this could be bosses if you're at work, or people to do with your daily routines. Now, we just talked about power and how power may be coming to you. Well, with this eclipse, you can be given more responsibility. You can be asked to commit to things, and this could be due to the fact that someone maybe can't keep up with their commitments, or they're ill, and you then step in and take over. Now, the other thing about the 6th house is about looking at your regimes, maybe your diet, your health and exercise, fitness. These are all things that you need to look at now, and you can put in new, because this is a new moon, so it's about new things, and this is a good time to overhaul things and maybe analyze things critically and see where you can make some good changes, positive creative changes. And in Taurus as well, it's about connecting with the earth, connecting with nature, being aware of these things. In May, Jupiter changes sign and house again. This time he moves into Aries, a fellow fire sign, and into the 5th house, which is ruled by Leo, another fire sign. So there's an incredible, intense fire energy coming at this time. Now, this will increase your creativity. It'll be triple-fold. So if you are working in an industry that uses creativity, you will benefit from this tremendously. Also, it's good for relationships. With all that fire, you just need to be a little bit careful. Don't be over exuberant. Just keep things nice and calm. With children as well, it'd be a great time to spend with children, and it'd be great to socialise and party and just have some fun with all your friends. On the 10th of May, Mercury goes through 2nd retrograde period and stays retrograde while the total lunar eclipse in Scorpio takes place. That's your 12th house. This is maybe time to withdraw and to reflect rather than to be taking action, because with the last eclipse there's a lot of action in that 6th house. Now in the 12th it's time to maybe look at things, take stock of where you are, think about things. This eclipse is also conjunct the South Node, so maybe time to go back in the past and review things from the past and how you came to where you are and where you want to be in the future. And this eclipse has the same emphasis as the last one, and so the same issues will be around, but maybe it's time to think about things rather than take action this time. Towards the end of June, Neptune goes retrograde, and Jupiter does the same towards the end of July. So their energy will quieten down now, but Uranus is there to take over and become centre stage. He's going to make a conjunction with the Moon's North Node. Now this is very, very exciting. This aspect can open up new doorways. This can set you on a brand new path. This is happening in your 6th house, so this will affect your work, your everyday work, your routines. There could be some exciting changes coming along now, and you have to inject that energy and that creativity into making these changes. On the 9th of September, Mercury goes retrograde for the 3rd time, but luckily this time he's turned direct before the next eclipse. The next eclipse is a partial solar eclipse again. This time it's belonging to the Saros 6 South series, which was renowned for bringing great power and control into your life. This is in the unconscious area of the 12th house. It may be that you unconsciously grow and become more powerful without realising it. Maybe you unconsciously take more control of your life or the situations around you without you really realising it. But the thing is just to keep it cool, because the 12th house is not about pushing forward. It's about taking things easy, looking at things in a new light perhaps, and see where you need to make changes later on when we get the next eclipse. The last major astrological event of the year is a total lunar eclipse in Taurus. This belongs to the same series as the one in October, but this is the time for you to make the changes. This is the time for you to take that power and control and put it to good use. And the focus is on the 6th house again, your work or your everyday routines. And it could be that there are sudden changes because the moon, which is a full moon, is conjunct Uranus and the North Node. Again, we spoke about Uranus and North Node. The Moon will activate these again, and there'll be another opportunity to push forward. Now, the other thing we have is an opposition from the Sun, who's with Mercury and Venus. This is in your 12th house, so there will be unconscious desires and thoughts coming through that you need to balance and work out. And both of these are squared by Saturn. Saturn is right in the middle. Saturn is the limiting force. Saturn is be the one that will prevent you perhaps or limit you from doing what you need to do. So to free up the energies, you need to concentrate on the empty part of the T-square, and that will be the 9th house. Focus your energies on the 9th house. Be philosophical. Look beyond the everyday routines. Look beyond that. Look for the bigger picture. And there is help at hand, because you should come in contact with a mentor or a teacher. Saturn will bring this into your life, and they will help you. They will help you to make the changes that you need to, and to use that power and control wisely. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and if you'd like to leave me a comment, I'll be glad to hear from you.